Hello and welcome back. We are playing Victoria 3 as the Sikh Empire, now Punjab, which we formed last episode by switching on over to Parliamentary Republic. This switched our tag to Punjab, which is a bit interesting. Last episode we had quite a bit of a come up. We did manage to pass proportional taxation, and then we tripled construction. Now we are kind of in a sensitive spot, and we might need to come down a little bit on the construction. I think we can build into this, but we will see. You know, it depends on a few factors. We are going to try and kind of push towards multiculturalism. We still have a lot of peasants right now, but notably, we're kind of a little bit cramped on qualifications because a majority of our states have a whole bunch of pops that we discriminate against, you know, and it's not, it's causing a little bit of problems with the qualifications. Also, we don't have education yet, so this is also not helping with qualifications and this sort of stuff, so we'll be seeing if we can do that. We also have a little bit of an interesting spot this episode where we finally got our second boat, and there's something I've been wanting to try out to see if it works, and so we'll be trying that out this episode, kind of just right now. And so what we're going to be trying to do is we're going to be trying to double land with two boats, but just with one boat each. So we're going to recruit another admiral here in the Persia HQ, and this guy looks like a bit of a boyo. Now, why doesn't he have one of the ships? Give him one. You're telling me he can't use one of these boats? There we go. And so our plan is that from the Persia HQ, we're going to try and land with two armies simultaneously. They, of course, are going to have an absolutely huge landing support penalty because they're only one, but we should be able to get off a landing with two guys and hopefully go after Brunei in this way. And so we can finally expand, you know, in Indonesia, which is normally kind of a soft and nice spot for expansion. We, of course, are going to be trying to get the laws going and this sort of stuff, but we're going to be off and away and trying to get things done. As far as like where we're going or like what the like full plan is, of course the run objective is going to be subjugating Great Britain and also forming India, which is quite a task. We don't have really much of India except for Sindh is all we've acquired since the start of the game. We've expanded west, which just for the sake of it being easier. But as far as the GDP, comparing us to Great Britain, we have been moving in the right direction. You know, we're only 1/3 of their GDP right now, and so we also will be having a bit of come up as we start to, you know, have other things kind of flow our way. So we're gonna go and we're just gonna conquer state North Borneo. Unfortunately, it's very expensive. It is very expensive because we are unrecognized. We would like to get recognized, and in the near-ish future, this is maybe something we want to do with Russia. So this is why we are not this is why we are not improving relations with Russia. We will try and keep the rest of the great powers kind of happy, though. So this will be our general plan. Like, France being a belligerent is not ideal, but this is okay. It is what it is. Hopefully we get this one through. We are going to try a double landing, though, which is a little bit of an exploit, but Dutch East Indies sides with Brunei. That is a bit of an interesting one. Well, I think if we get the double landing off on Brunei, we, in theory, might be able to get it off on the Dutch East Indies. We don't really have a good way to do anything towards the Dutch East Indies. We could just go for war reparations. We could also try and liberate a whole bunch of these guys here. I think I kind of like going for war reparations and liberations. Certainly the war reparations. I don't think they'll have an easy time landing us. I think we'll mobilize everyone now, though. I believe we have a stronger army or military than they do. Yeah, we do. Let's see if we can get anyone to kind of sway on our side. No, we can't. But we're going to go for war reps and then probably release Banjar, right, and Pontiac. And kind of look to get maybe a little bit more, a better looking borders. Or Pontianak, I guess it's called. Liberate subject, Pontianak. And I guess also liberate Kutai, right? Alright, we get Crystal Glass. We're gonna play Big Smart and actually swap over PMs. Looks like we acquired some here that... Okay. Big Smart. Can we do this one yet? Or will it be profitable yet? Not really. We've got a couple of rice farms as well. Let's just quickly go through it. We are intentionally leaving this on simple ranch, so it's less profitable, and also so our chem plants are more profitable. The logging camps. Let's go. Let's get it. Get that bread. Alright. I'm not 100% sure we'll be able to enforce much of this on the Dutch East Indies, but either way, I think we might actually tangle with their ships and just not be able to get anything through. This is also very possible, but hopefully it's not the case. Chemical bleaching is spreading. We get to diplomatic ties with a couple of people. Looks like this is escalating pretty slowly. It also looks like it's just going to be us. Relative strength and mobilization is -75, so that's a big one. New Conservative Party is going to be kind of good for us because I think it's bifurcating. Yeah, they split from the Patriotic Party, and so this is going to be good for us. The breaking of these two up is probably going to mean that the Free Trade Party actually has a decent shout at getting through it. So this is going to be, we're going to be happy about this overall. We have a lot of Diplo, but we don't really have anyone we want to improve relations with too much. I guess we could improve relations with Persia and look to acquire them diplomatically like later on, but I don't think this is going to work. I think they're big mad at us. We took some of their territory as well. Yeah, I'm just not sure how that's going to shake out. We'll dismiss those partisan papers, you're telling me. We don't want them getting, yeah. We're doing this, and we are going to try and see if this trick works. We're going to land with 2 armies, and they're going to have basically no naval support. But since we're doing a double landing here, we think that what will happen is the first one will tie up the army, and the other one gets in for free and just kind of enforces pretty quickly here. We do need to keep an eye on this a little bit. We finally drained all of our IP, our investment pool, and we don't want to run into negative, so we will delete construction as we need to, but we're hoping that we don't need to delete a whole lot of construction. 300, we're hoping we can just coast and build into this and become strong enough. We are floating a little bit of extra, bureaucracy, but it's not quite enough to get up on this. So maybe we just want to actually add we're going to add 4 of these because we would like to increase our colonial institution. And maybe we make a little bit of a push for malaria prevention. We still got these coming in. I'm very curious how this works. This is a bit of an experiment I've been wanting to run for a little while now because I just haven't had a context where I'm like stuck on 2 boats. But if this is the case, then maybe we can even go for Zulu later with just the 2-boat idea. So one guy just gets absolutely wrecked because he has like absolutely terrible landing penalty, right? Insufficient naval support. This is because his unit is way smaller. But the other guy, this is the entire army that's tied up, right? So the other guy should just get in for free if this battle doesn't get lost too quickly. And here, this other guy, yeah, this other guy gets in for free. And now he's on the front, yes? And so now we can assign this 30 stack over here. Not that I think it's going to matter because the 7 stack can push the 5 stack pretty comfortably, but we want to re-land once the 30 stack gets there. And it looks like, yeah, it's going to matter because the 7 stack is going to brick into the Dutch East Indies army. And so it's going to matter that everyone gets there in time. I have no idea why the 16 stack takes so long to get there when it was literally just involved in a battle like here just a moment ago. I think this is a little bit silly, but whatever. So as long as we don't get completely pushed off here, in one battle. Oh, it looks like we get another offensive battle, which is good, because since it's kind of good. We're gonna get wrecked on the morale, but hopefully we don't lose too much ground before our guys get here. We got another 20 days, but this will be a little bit of an interesting one. We are decaying faster, because our casualties. Oh, this is no good. We're gonna have to re-land. Unfortunate. Campaign financing, alright. We don't want the Conservative Party to do well, so we're going to come off of it. That is a bit unfortunate, but it is good to know that this is how this works. So we're going to actually try and land here with the same principle and get in on the Dutch East Indies because they are a little bit closer to our HQ, so maybe we can enforce on them and then enforce on Brunei, and it'll take a little bit less. Condensing pump engine is a huge tech, so this ought to help us out and we're making money because we're not using all of our construction. So we got to keep a closer eye on that. We will actually set up some auto expands. We're going to set all these on auto expand. We're going to set all the chop chops and all the fisheries on auto expand, and we're going to make sure that we have these are all very efficient industries, so we're going to make sure we have level 1 of these everywhere and then put them all on auto expand. And this is just a nice little, it's not the most efficient, but it's a nice little quality of life, because you don't want to be you don't want your queue to be empty really ever. And then we got to Alright, we got to expand a little bit what we're building in places, and so let's take a look. We want to push economies of scale. We don't have any turmoil here, so this will be a fine place to push. We also don't have any negative modifier, it looks like, so Kashmir is going to be just fine, and we will look to push this up to 31, which is our current max economies of scale throughput. So we're going to add another one of these. We're going to put it on auto expand. And then we're going to add a couple of these at the front of the queue. And so this is 25, so we'll up it. And then 31, which is the maximum throughput, or it will give us the maximum throughput. Here we'll also put auto expand on the glass. The glass is having a bit of come up. We'll add some glass here in the capital as well. You notice in the interim we did add all of the industries level 1 and put them on auto expand here in the capital, because we just want to kind of facilitate the capital getting built tall, specifically because we can get a whole bunch of people attracted here, and we are promoting social mobility and encouraging manufacturing here in the capital, so this will be big nice. So let's see if we can get this other landing in again. Now, can they enforce this below 0? They cannot, because they have war reps on us. Borneo wants a thing, but it looks like we can do something a little bit more legitimate here. We'll try law are we trying to pass here, so we'll take another tick off racial segregation. We'll see who actually supports this. A viewer did tell me that this is the one I wanted to go. I haven't done a deep dive on which one of these is best, but we are going to do racial segregation. And we're just going to stay with what we got in terms of the government, because we're going to need the intelligentsia for this. Oh. The general died. Of course, these guys are still somehow landing with the dead general. Not sure how that works. So we're gonna escort convoys to here. And escort convoys to here. And then we're gonna try, that way we're just resetting these guys. We're gonna try again. The 16 and the 7 stack. Naval invading with these 2 boats. We do have this. So I think it's time we stop bolstering the Industrialists. They are over 20% clout anyways. So it is also incredibly nice to get them over 20% clout, because so this bonus gets doubled when you're over 20% clout, or when you first get over, or if you stay above 18, and it is giving us a huge investment pool contribution juice, which is actually probably a big part of this. This getting boosted by 20% instead of 10% is a pretty big deal. It's probably why we're kind of equalizing here, so we didn't have to decrease construction. I should have looked at the construction queue before making my comments to just double check that it did have, in fact, we're going to put this on auto expand. We do want to be in a position where we are going to have access to ammo. And so I think here, since we're kind of making money. You have to do this number plus this number. We're making about 10k, and we still have a little bit of buffer, and I really wanted to get this up to level 30 because that's currently the max throughput, or to level 31. And so this will cost us maybe like another 10k, which is something we can afford. So we're going to put another 10 of this in the back of the queue and look to get a little bit more spread, and our naval invasion double fails. Okay. So a little bit harder against them. We're going to try again in here. We actually should be able to enforce on Borneo here at some point, because we can just keep landing them and actually get in. And maybe we'll be able to get the 30 stack in fast enough, if we're a little bit fast with when we see it. We are building a lot of this. We're in good shape here. We could try and do more trade routes. We kind of looked around in the interim. They're not super, super great. We could import more of this. It's kind of profitable. We don't really want to use our convoys. So we're kind of okay. Money's coming on up. Coming on up very nicely. Racial segregation will be nice. Sentences I feel awkward having said. But it is better than the ethno-state. Sikh priesthood wants to join the agrarian party. What is this? So we have a front now, but no one's on it. Classic. I think we would rather have this, well, let's assign this guy over here. And it's nicer that our 16 stack got in, because that's going to be able to fight the Dutch East Indies much better. And here's our huge negative convoy situation. So maybe we just need more convoys as well on top of all this, because I think that they did play around and make the malice from not having enough convoys a lot worse. I'm not sure when they did it. I think it was mid-patch 1.2, or this is kind of what I've noticed, that it's a little bit more debilitating. I had this discussion with someone as well. This is also going to be nice for, what is it called? The better training rate. Let's see. So we are getting pushed. Just hopefully, we just need to hold on to get our 30 stack here. We could also just expand the size of the military, which is kind of awkward to have to do for this, but it's maybe going to be necessary. It's not much of a push. We just need to stick in it just long enough to get in, though. Another 10 days will be fine. We just have to not lose this beachhead. And I think we should be able to get it in force here. We can notably tick them below 0 with what's going on, and they can't tick us below 0 unless they land us. And so this will be nice. Also, once our 30 stack gets here and our 7 stack gets here, once our 7 stack pushes through, we're actually going to land on the Dutch East Indies with our 2 guys. And try and see if our 30 stack should be able to manage their 30 stack here. Yeah. Just kidding, I guess. We're going to activate conscripts then to make it so that they can. That should be more than enough. Yeah, it's upgrading to 80. And I assume they won't be able to push us out too fast, but yeah, they're... Could also maybe just defend, but once the conscripts come on up, that should be fine. Trying to improve relations with Great Qing. Great Qing looking in decent shape. They're very weak on this patch, but as far as things go, they are looking nice. We do have some expenses in the queue in regards to the extra... We have about 10k worth of expenses in terms of the universities, but I think that maybe we add more construction now. Here, let's actually just look where we have the most labor, and we're going to add a little bit in those places that are incorporated. Something like this, which will spike the price of iron a little bit, I think. So we'll see what we can do here. But since all these Dutch guys are over here, the landing over here should be much easier, and one of these will tie up the whatever army remains, and the other should get in terms of the 17 stack and the 16 stack. And so this has been, yeah, I'm enjoying experimenting with this. I think we kind of would like to get this war to be over relatively soon, because we are getting close to finishing our infamy decay, and if you're not using your infamy decay, you're losing it. I'm pretty sure we're going to be able to enforce at the very least on Brunei, but hopefully we get, yeah, so we have 2 battles here. Oh, but they're both like... There's not enough width here that they all got involved in one battle. So rookie mistake. I guess we're supposed to land West Java here with the double. So we have to wait for this battle to get lost, and then we'll land both with West Java. These battles are basically unwinnable because we have such a huge malice because we're only landing with one boat. But one of them gets tied up, and then the other we can just abuse. And as long as, you know, they're over here trying to push here, they don't have that much of an army. But here, it should, there's a lot more infrastructure here, and the combat width is based on infrastructure, so landing West Java should be a little bit easier, because all the army can get tied up in the first battle, and then we can get in on the second, or that's the hope. That is the thinking. And our convoys are in a little bit better shape, so our army should be doing a little bit better now that we built up a little bit here. Which long term we're going to need that. Let's take a look at our SOL trajectory. It's been kind of creeping up, which is generally what you want. I think we want a little bit more of an upward creep, but not too big, because we do want cheap labor for our industries to be profitable. But we want to be gaining profitability from huge throughput bonuses. And this will help us facilitate this upward trajectory. So we conquered North Borneo here. So we're going to hit it with our handy dandy smacky wacky button. And you have infrastructure problems. So let's add a railway at the front. Notably, this province is really good. It has gold and sulfur, but it's mainly the gold that's incredibly good. Logging camp is very big, nice. And it looks like they will be able to white piece us because they do not have the war goal on us. We're going to see... Actually, I think that this... I think we're not going to get this landing off with just 2 boats. It looks like the landing was unsuccessful on both of these. So I think a white piece is just fine. This is all they want. We're not going to be able to enforce this. It's not too big a deal. But we do get what we mainly wanted, which was, you know, just taking this. Now, we don't want to annex them. We could declare war on them to ban slavery, but this seems... I think we want a medium-ish amount of infamy, because we have only 4.7. We haven't gotten close enough to Messina, unfortunately. We're really hoping that this kind of trends over here. We just need a border with them in order to do stuff. Now, Benin was decent. I was talking to a viewer about Benin, and they said they like to go for Benin a lot. It's a decent province, so maybe we should take Benin. It's also notably we can't... a lot of the best provinces require us having a navy or an adjacency, and we're just not... We just don't have either of those things. And so, what we could do is we could vassalize them, just take a little save and go for the vassalization and then annex them in a little bit. And this would be pretty good. We could also just not save, but still trying to play a little bit cautiously here. You know how it is. I don't know, I've been having this discussion increasingly on people who post in the comments about, like, saving and loading if, like, we just get weird great powers joining in against us. It's kind of a thing. We'll just try and vassalize them. It's just the system is just very opaque still. Although I suppose we could be a little bit more disciplined in a general sense. But this will be pretty good for us. Now, we will have Benin as a subject, so we will kind of want to annex them as quickly as we can, because it seems that GPs really like declaring war on you, if that's the case. I think we will... We also started this colonization in the interim, which is notably a severe malaria colonization, and we were just hoping to roll next to the Congo in terms of where we started, so we could go in on the Congo. We weren't lucky in that way, but I think we're... Let's put a little bit more juice over there. We weren't quite lucky in that way, which was a bit unfortunate, but I think we do still want to try and take the Congo at some point to try and give more surface area into here. And we want to try and go for Zulu at some point, but I think that they don't have enough infrastructure for us to be able to land with just the 2 boats. So I think we would just pay a ton. Now, we do finish these, so we will come up to the next level of colonial affairs, which will be quite nice. And we could incorporate... here. I think we will, because it's not an expensive incorporation at this point. Now we're slowing down in North Borneo. I think actually we are starting to care, because how close are... The main thing we're caring about is how close are they... Okay, they're not close to being demarginalized, the trade unionists. But this was the main question we needed answered. Hopefully the industrialists take the next sort of thing. We will try and get racial segregation and then start passing some other things. That'll be nice. But we are losing money again, but we did finish a ton of construction. We went up to another 50 construction. And let's see, have we finished the unis yet? Nope. But once we get up on these extra unis, we will be getting quite a bit more innovation. Throughput is just crazy strong. It has increasing marginal returns, and since almost all the price is in the wages, they're just throughput's just absolutely insane on universities, so you just really want to maximize throughput. And we get a nice little war against Benin. I guess we should have put in other war goals. This is a little bit of an oversight, like open their market and ban slavery. That's hopefully our pie doesn't get thumbed later for that. I was trying to explain and talk about other things. I think we will start... we're kind of reaching like this mid-game transition where we start wanting to have places specialize in one industry each. And so we'll put a few of these down and we'll just have them auto-expand the industry. Here, even though we have furniture, we'll put it on clothes instead. Got a lot of places with low-level furniture. So we'll just put them on auto-expand and they will work their way up and just generate a little bit more labor. I think we'll put the auto-expand on steel here. We are going to, in the near-ish future, want to get onto steel frame buildings. Although this near-ish is pretty ish. Steel frame buildings is still a long way off. We're still in the level 2 tech. Dialectics is going to be a big one. Spain sides with Belungen. What's going on here? They want to subjugate Belungen, and Spain decides that they want to thumb a pie. Kebab wants to return Transjordan. Looks like, ooh, this is, I haven't seen this in a while. A successful kebab, a big kebab. Are they recognized still? Nope, they got decayed down, so this is unfortunate for them. Good for us, I guess, maybe? Probably, if we want to take stuff from them. Great Britain sides with Egypt. That is a thing. So kebab is going to get shellacked. What does Great Britain even want here? They want Eastern Thrace. Thug life. Whoa, gross. Very gross for them. Grim as well. We get racial segregation, so hopefully we're discriminating a lot less now here. I'm not the discrimination wizard as far as here. Can you sort by discriminatory? Well, let's just sort by pops. Doesn't look way better for us on the discrimination front, but I think we should not be discriminating against any of the Indians who are in our customs union, because we're in the British customs union, so we should be able to get migration from them. That is my understanding. That is my reading of the situation. We're on hereditary bureaucrats. We want to get on elected, and I think we can do it. It'll radicalize the landowners. I guess we wouldn't mind another civil war. Guaranteed lives would also be nice. So getting schools would also be nice. The schools is kind of a quick and painless one, though. And the question is that we've been putting off is, do we want public schools or private schools? So this would give us more education access. The other one would cake up the Intelligentsia and long-term give us more education access. We kind of don't... Let's see... If our main pop actually has a taboo, or this is kind of like a little bit, we have no obsessions or taboos, and this is something, assimilation is bad if you have obsessions or taboos, but since we have none, let's just go for public schools here. Which will also make it easier to keep the trade unionists happy in the long term, so this is another nice little feature. Great Britain abandons Egypt. Big sag for them. That's kind of... that was a really funny ask. The thing is like, it would be... Yeah. Let's just lean this way and see if they offer us anything. The reverse sways will be really cool once they put it in game. But currently there is no reverse sway, so... Where did our 7 stack go? We will put them in. They are there to ensure no funny business with front splittings happens. We might be at the end of wanting to promote social mobility. This is unfortunate. It looks like we are going to get cut off here. Let's make sure that we're... Yeah, we are getting cut off here. And we are not going to get in on Messina. That's really unfortunate. We were really hoping for that. That is unfortunate. For those who don't know, the Mosque of Djenne is a unique building that's buildable in Eastern Mali that gives you just 20% free education access, and it's a big deal. God. We tried to get in and we couldn't. Oh, that sucks. Maybe we could have paused every other, but I don't think this is the thing. I think the thing is like, yeah, no, they're just getting in. That sucks. Woof. So we could, like, in theory, we could still get there. There's a couple ways to still get there, but in practice, it's not. I don't think it's happening. We do want to switch on to dialectics, and we have quite a bit of university right now. We're going to remember how to play the game and actually switch over correctly. There we go. Which is also going to increase innovation by quite a bit. Now, it won't increase our main research, but it will increase the natural spread of a whole bunch of stuff, which is going to be nice. What's nat spreading for this? Chem bleaching. But now our natural spread is up to, 22 or 21, which is, it's not enormous. It is subjected to negative modifiers because we are unrecognized and the rural folk are pissed. And we do not want these long-term, obviously, but, God. Yeah, I mean, maybe we're supposed to just pause everything. Yeah. Maybe it's still doable. We'll pause this one. Do we have a port here? No, we don't. Let's build one. We'll pause this one. And we're just trying to make the other one gain progress much faster. This one's like a really okay pause. We were just trying to get lucky. Rolling on there. And that should speed it up. Don't tell me we have to save and load. I think we have to save and load. God, that's kind of annoying. That the colonization speed does not update dynamically, it seems. This is... I don't know. We noticed this last episode, I think it was. And so... Yeah, the speed should be a little bit faster now. Oh, I guess it's just a little bit faster. Oof. Big oof, I guess. It's not way faster. Yeah, we're just not going to get there. See, they only have one route forward, right? And it's through here. And we can colonize. The problem is we can colonize all this front, and they can only colonize here. But this is cutting us off. And so... I mean, we can maybe just fight France with the UK's help. This would be one of those ones where, a little bit weird. But we would really like that. I think we might just resume our colonies, given that we are going to get wrecked. Although we are the only one who can colonize this, right? Nope, someone else can come in. So let's colonize this. Or let's resume this one. Let's resume this one. This one we can stay paused for now. Big unfortunate. Oh well. I think it didn't update the time properly when we saved load, but whatever. Dutch East Indies manages to get it through Spain? I guess it's because they don't have to... They're not subject to the same kind of problem. I think we'll just go for Sind here. We'll just conquer state them. Or Sintang. We're supposed to save. Just in case our... pie gets thumbed, because we have Benin as a subject, so people will often join to like open Benin's market. I really wish you could just give what the person's joining for. I wish you could just give it away. Like so like if France joins to open Sind's market, I wish we could just give them specifically what they want in order to get them out of the play. See, it might be time to get... I kind of want to keep... Maybe we just come off of this. We have to just... we can't put it back on. Maybe we just float this negative authority. It is -2, which is kind of a bit. Which is making people, radicalize, at least with the petite bourgeoisie. It also will stimulate the economy a little bit, decreasing the taxes, as it does. AutoQ is doing a nice job kind of keeping up and making our lives a little bit easier. We got public schools coming in. Public schools will be nice. They'll be medium nice. I guess we could take a look at technology and just think about our way through the plan. So what we are we're kind of trying to go for early human rights. And labor movement we are going for because this allows the trade unions to get powerful. And so this is why this will be good. And then we're kind of also putting in institutions right now. And so I think we want central archives. And maybe we want to reevaluate after banking and see if we want to go production tech. But I'm thinking we just kind of want to push our way forward. We can either radicalize them or we can... Yeah, we're going to radicalize the academics. Sorry, boys. Do have 2 journals going. Or is Spain gonna clap them? I don't think so. Spain's strong enough, but the AI does weird things when they join plays. Sometimes they just like throw their entire weight at the problem, and sometimes they just throw almost nothing. Alright, this will be short. Sintang is notably also has gold. This Borneo, all of Borneo is really nice to grab. And they don't have it discovered yet, but we can discover it once we grab it from them. It also gives us, well, from Brunei. Brunei is also an insane state to take because it gives you an adjacency to Great Qing, which we already had for us, but you don't always have this. We can get minus enactment time. We're going to take them, well, these guys are radicalizing a little bit. We'll just slow things down a bit. They are still pretty powerful, you know, the landowners, and the Sikh priesthood also still a little bit powerful, more powerful than we'd like. So we just want to, we'll just do this. Man, this was supposed to be the easy one to pass. Rip the dream. We are going to need a bit more in the way of bureaucracy. Let's see if we have insufficient tax. Still in the capital. I think we probably will, but we will just keep pushing up. Yeah, we'll just keep pushing up in Punjab. We're just going to put 4 at the back of the queue. The universities are starting to get built here. And so this is, you know, capping out our throughput, and it's going to increase our nat spread. Like before, when we looked last, it was like 21. Now it's 22. I think these are still employing up. We're notably kind of filtering it through some negative modifiers. 23... So this is, they do have to go through both old ways and being an unrecognized major power, which we're working on. I don't think we can, I think Russia's the softest one, but I don't think we can do Russia. Let's take a look and see if anyone managed to great power that normally doesn't. No. Like Spain or Brazil would be really easy to get recognition from. It's unfortunate that neither of them are up there. Russia's doing good this game in terms of prestige. How are they doing on GDP? Russia's doing real good. Maybe we don't want to tangle with Russia. That's gonna suck because they're the one we have the land situation with. Oh well. I guess. I don't know. I'm gonna hit it with that handy dandy smacky wacky button. Oop. Let's take a look and just kind of coast through our PMs real quick. I don't think we want to use labor-saving PMs anywhere. Our gold mines, yes, we do want to swap up. Man, I wish we had nitroglycerin. Are we paying a lot in subsidies? We're paying a little bit, so let's start using some of this. Which is even profitable in some spots, so we probably should have swapped it on earlier. We notably are doing this for the entire British market, that we're turning up the price of for the transportation. So transportation prices are really depressed, which they must be a little bit here. This will help out to increase the price of transport, which decreases the subsidy. It is at the expense of the efficiency of some of these. We're making about 3K right now. You have to do this number plus this number. And I guess we want to look for a little bit of a war, huh? Not too big a war. Maybe we just chill and look to annex Benin. The shame. So, I really want to know ahead of time if we could get the UK to join against France. The problem is when you start wars and someone joins, they never really dedicate too much. And it's not like we can just, like, push France here. We really want to get in on Messina, though. That's kind of big sad. I guess we could just continue to take stuff from them. It's a lot of infamy to vassalize them, but we could just look to take Tabriz, and kind of down through here, which is, these are the high-value states here, because they'll have a lot of oil later on. And Tabriz, notably, will also give us an additional front with Russia. Or maybe it counts it as the same front, because it's psychotic, but also gives us a front with the Ottomans, who looks like they managed to slap around Egypt a little bit, more than is normal. We could also take Sinai, which is kind of a pretty good one. We have an interest we can declare. Oh, well, we'll never land Sinai. Man, we're severely limited by the fact that we have to land these guys, and we just don't have the navy for it. We can swap the navy PM, though. I forgot about this. And let's just swap all these onto PMs, and I think we don't have any in weird spots. We do have some in weird spots. And they're having problems with officers, of course. That should get a little bit better with the education access. We'll swap to bone china and to paper bleaching. Big happy. We'll swap to this, because we haven't had one of these in the past. We still don't have one yet, but we do get our first mass migration. Tamil, which have South Asian and... Okay. And they are not discriminated against them, so this is nice. We got cheap labor here, so... I think we're close enough to the economy, the throughput cap. We're going to push this all the way up to 31, which is our current throughput cap, and we're going to add a couple of these at the start to handle that. We see a lot of our auto queues starting to pick up, which is going to be nice. They're mainly doing consumer goods, I think. Discipline and Punish, classic Foucault. I hate this event. How happy are they with us? I mean, we kind of care about it. God. We just have 2 negative enactment time modifiers and a not very legitimate government, so this public schools business is moving like molasses. But it will solve a lot of our problems. We are making some money. Do we have... No, our thing is fully out. Some syphilis business. We'll recruit another general. Sure, why not? We're making a little bit of money. We kind of want to keep expanding construction, so we're going to take a look. Where do we have a ton of labor that is incorporated? I mean, we could also incorporate here. Oh, no, we can't incorporate here because we're still... Yeah, a lot of pops here, which is nice. We could put this on auto expand, which will encourage it to specialize. It's like kind of... We're not that... Maybe this is bad. This is probably bad. We're not super close to publicly traded, which is kind of when I think that becomes okay. Publicly traded is, you know, here. And you also need pump jacks, which is here. Combined. We are getting kind of close to NAT spreading into tier 3, at which point we'll want to go for shift work, I think. We'll see. What is this? Timbuktu? Yeah, once we don't care about it, they have an uprising. That's cool. Alright. I guess this is fine. We have a decent amount of infamy, so we're not super pressed about this. We would prefer, yeah. The Dutch East Indies took a big chunk of Borneo, which is normally a really nice expansion spot. I suppose we could go after Nej, maybe. Let's start damaging relations. And I don't think we have an interest down here, but once we get one, we want to make sure we're damaging relations with all these guys. And... we forgot to expand the construction centers. We had talked about it. Let's do some of this business. And we unlocked some stuff, but notably now there's plus 50% attraction to the trade unionist group, so getting it demarginalized will be like in the realm of possibility. They have the best bonuses, so that'll be nice. Rural folk are having a bit of come down here, which we're kind of happy about, although they are forming our government. So can we reform something a little bit better like this? Yeah. Well, not ideal. This has been a little bit of a slower episode, I think. We did do the landing trick, although we have been on speed 4 most of this episode, so maybe we can crank it up a little bit. This landing trick was really neat, though. I'm happy to know that that works, because that will affect like future runs. You just build 2 boats instead of like 15 or whatever. I just don't think we can land on Zulu because I think they have too many battalions relative to their combat width here, I think. So I don't think that'll quite work out for us. Public schools will be nice if we can actually get through them. Okay, let's just take a look here. We're not very close to the economies of scale, the max throughput bonus here, but maybe this is the what we want to do next is glassworks. So let's just add another 3 here. Or let's add 4. And then we'll pump up the glassworks. So this will be 11, 21, 31. And hopefully the UK can kind of do that. We love the Agrarian Party getting a recap, so it's perfect. And we can increase construction some more. Let's take a look where we can colonize. I mean, we can get in on here on trying. It's not very useful. We'll just keep on keeping on with our where we have fast colonization speed, but air is pretty good. They actually have a decent amount of resources. I was surprised when I was like looking around here in the interim. Public schools roll. Why can't we get a good roll, man? We'll take this one. It's a little bit more consistent. Our kingdom for a good roll, but we do have. We're at a point where we can declare war here. So, Liberal Party wins, followed by the Agrarian Party. So now we should be able to reform something nice. So let's do maybe this. And now we're contested. And we have some extra authorities, so let's just put in a consumption tax. I think opium is going to be... No, porcelain. Porcelain, the forever late game. Good one. Okay. I suppose adding a bunch of construction this episode is not too bad. I guess Kashmir is probably the best spot. It's a place that's been doing well. They have a lot of labor, but not qualifications here. But in Uzbeka, they have qualification. So that's going to be a whole lot of construction. That's probably overbuilt on the construction, but we also have a little bit of a buffer. But we are looking for a war. I mean, let's say hypothetically we want to take something from you. Oh, we have to face Russia too? Yeah, that's not happening. Doesn't look like Great Britain's maybe feeling that. I mean, we could just go for Persia. I think Nejd would be good. The problem is they're cordial. And they're improving relations, so they will forever be cordial. Unless we declare war on someone else in here. Which there's nothing else we kind of really want in here. Oh, these guys are all cordial too. Aren't they? So we could go over Lahej. Let's see if there's even decent resources here. Nope, there's just like kind of a nothing burger. Right, but this would give us... it would hurt our relationship with Nejd, right? Which would allow us to... We'll get minus 3.2 relations with Nejd. So even though they're improving relations, we could slowly take it down if we do something like this. Could just go after Basara like a thug in the night. We don't have a front with them though. We'll never get there. We could go after Persia and just look to take Tabriz, which is 25 infamy. Man, that's like really not. If you're paying max price for a province, this is like really not the business. Problem is there's a ton of pop there, and so while they have resources, it's like worth like it's the maxed out. Like so for Khorasan, for example, would be a lot cheaper, but no resources, right? You either want an enormous amount of pop, or you want like a lot of resources and a low pop. It's not very good. We need like boats to expand here. We need to wait before we can annex Benin. I mean, I guess we could vassalize Oyo. What's resources you look like? Not very good. Could vassalize Sokoto, but I think it's like infinite infamy. It's like a ton. We just can't eat that much infamy. We can go after these guys, but they like us. We're gonna damage relations with them. Blah. We just have no good spots, man. I think we need to get this back going. So I mean, we could annex Sid. That's like the best looking one, but like, this is super unnecessary to do. Oh, we believe that Great Britain sides with the enemy. Just kidding, we can't do anything. I guess we just chill. We build our construction centers and we chill. Constructing and chill. This is the episode here. Construction and chill. Not a bad thing to do though, so kind of fine with it. We are maybe we wanted to build more unis, man. We're starting to get, oh man, the spread's like pretty hurt by various things. It's really not as much spread as we would like. It's just a very small bump. Although I guess we were increasing literacy kind of at the same time. Not by a lot though. Really would have liked the Mosque of Djenne. Really bummed out that we can't, we would love to just take French Timbuktu. But we 100% need, actually we can't, even with Great Britain's help, we can't, if you fight all those guys. Oh hell yeah, let's get the radicals here, baby. This is really good for us. Now they're happy. Now they love us. Also, it is good for trying to pass stuff. Especially them getting radicals. So we upped construction another. That was way too much that we just added there. I mean, maybe we can build into... Actually, I think this is fine. I think this is just a little bit too much. Not like way too much. It's an amount too much that I don't feel like deleting any. Of course, I never feel like deleting any construction, so there we are. The petite bourgeoisie, the laws of middle managers, is always going to be annoying. Hopefully we get public schools on this tick, and then we will come on up here. It's really nice just having so much pop centralized here in the capital. And these pushing the economies of scale cap is going to be also, I think, it's going to be a big deal for us because we are just getting massive throughput. We're getting 50%, 30% from economies of scale, 20% from encouraging manufacturing. We really would like even next level. We'll add another one to the front. I think that's what we'll need in order to get where we want to be. And then we're on public schools. We do want to get onto guaranteed libs. We also want to get onto elected bureaucrats. Looks like elected bureaucrats is kind of in good shape. And this guy being a radical means that maybe we can put him in... Oh, no, we can't because he's part of the agrarian party. Yuck. But he gets really happy, so we will get... I mean, maybe we could deficit spend with the minus 10% loan interest rate that we get off the petite bourgeoisie. Oh, you guys can't see it. Let me show you over here. So when these guys are really happy, which we don't do too often, but since this guy's a radical, he will give loan interest rate, and, you know, this is a pretty good one. I mean, we could take this just for better borders. I think that's not worth it, though. Yeah, well... France cut us through. Real annoying. Thanks, France. Looks like we will get IR or something. I think we can also start a colony up here. Nope, I guess not. We have to have an interest in North Africa. Got it. That's going to be a nice one. The construction sector max level is actually incredibly nice because we are building so much in the capital. And, I mean, we have too many construction centers, but, I mean... We have too many construction centers, but I really just want to have them capped in the capital, so... Why is it... Is this a split state with someone? What the hell? Why can't we get to 20? Alright, well, we'll at least get to 16. North Africa interest is active now, so now we can try and colonize this a little bit. I don't think we'll get too much of it, but we should get most of IR, which will be nice. We're discovering some oil. We have a ton of... Now we have a ton of excess bureaucracy, but it's all from the middle manager's bonus. The 10% clout extra from the petite bourgeoisie being happy because we're passing a law that they like. This law is also going to empower them quite a bit. So I don't think they get above 20% clout, but this would be kind of nice. And we get central archives now here as well, so we can really push the institutions. So let's take a look. And now we were going to reevaluate. So there's a lot of production tech we want, but also going human rights relatively early, or even is also a good thing. So the thing is I think that we are too far behind in tech to really want to go ahead of time in tech. And so I think we're going to go nitroglycerin and then reevaluate again, because nitroglycerin is pretty good. But I imagine that after this, we'll want to go baking powder shift work and get in on some of the better tier 3 production tech, because we're at the tier 3 production and we're not at the tier 3 other stuff, unfortunately. We can get 20% enactment chance, or we can take 10% and kneecap. I think I like kneecapping the landowners a little bit. God, I wish we had a decent war, man. As well. Big Grim. Let's take a look at the infamy. I mean, we have to declare. We have to find something, right? God, it might just be taking this, but it's it feels so bad to take that. I mean, could we maybe just? Would it be insane? We would have to face Russia and France. It would be insane, and Great Britain wouldn't help us. I know we can't declare war on the Raj, right? Why can't we? Oh, we're involved in a different... Oh, do we have to unpause? We can't because we have a defensive pact with, the UK, right? Not that this is necessarily what we'd want to do anyways. I mean, this might just be the best we can do, but that sucks, man. But then we can declare, like, a low infamy war against Kebab and force them to release Iraq and then go after Iraq ourselves. And, I mean, Tabriz it's decent. Man, it just feels bad. We just don't have good expansion spots, and we're super gated by the lack of boats. And the boats are limited by qualifications because we don't have a single coastal province that has a ton of qualifications necessary to raise the boats. Although the qualifications should improve as, you know, SOL climbs up, and we also input more in education, which is what we're doing, but we even, yeah, let's do this. Yeah. Feels bad. Yeah, I mean, it might just be taking Tabriz. I think it's just taking Tabriz. It's like, it's a sucky one, but actually, you know what? I think we're just gonna save and call this an episode. and maybe take a long think in the interim. So this episode has just been build and chill. We upped construction by about 50%, and we also played around a little bit with like this landing trick thing. But this has been most of the episode. Just trying to, you know, kind of come along. We are just like behind in tech, and we're at like this weird situation. I mean, we upped the GDP by like 50% this episode, and so like in terms of world like ranking on GDP, we're about to pass France, because France is stalling out and we're cranking up. We're about to pass the British Raj, and so we need to get far enough up, and then, I mean, maybe we could even try and fight Russia at some point. Like, what's Russia's... I mean, we'll think about this stuff, but getting recognition and getting... Maybe we actually need to take another look at tech and think about just going general staff here, actually. I don't know. We'll take a look. But this episode's been pretty chill, just building, not expanding too much. It feels like, I mean, we got this over here. This stuff is pretty nice. It looks like the Dutch East Indies has a lot of other stuff. We can maybe transfer subjects from a bunch of these, which is maybe what we'll do in terms of the wars, because we have fronts here, so we can push, and this will work out just fine. And so we could just try and transfer subject Balungan and Kutai. And this is probably, or Balungan, Kutai, and Sulu. And all of these together will be like a pretty nice chunk of infamy that also is giving us a lot of resources and things we want. Also, these guys, since they have the fried free construction, there should actually be like quite a strong amount of stuff there. And then we can annex them at our leisure later. But anyways, I hope you enjoyed. Feel free to like, comment, subscribe. Just chill episode, and have a good one.